Hello everyone, my name's Caden and welcome back to more the 100th line Last Defense Academy. Last time we completed yet another route. The comedy route has been completely done now. There are only, to my knowledge, 3 routes remaining in the game. So I assume what it is that there's going to be 2 routes that split off from, like, we're going to go down this path and it's going to split 2 routes. And then there's this route that I only know as SF, which I don't know what that means, but cool. Oh boy. Alright. Let's get right to before the decision. So, choosing whether or not to leave the school. We are not leaving the school now. Now we know the truth that this was Hiroko who put the message here to try and get us to go away. I think. It was something along those lines. But, no. I will not be leaving the school.
Hey guys, listen. We can't listen to the message.
Why?
The enemy could be attacked any day now. We can't just leave this someplace unprotected.
Hey, didn't you come back from the future? That means you should know exactly when the enemy will attack, right?
So when's the next attack? The next attack is 3 days from now on day 7.
Then what's the big deal with leaving this place empty until then? It's just a matter of going outside the wall of fire and coming back in 3 days, right?
Yeah!
We'd be technically complying with what that message says, and the culprit wouldn't see a need to follow through with their threat.
The next attack being 3 days away is what I remember from last time. But there's no guarantee the enemy will act in the same way this time. Because you may have already changed the course of history by coming back to the past. Is that what you're trying to say? I nodded.
There is another thing to consider. Can we really trust the culprit to keep their word and leave the academy alone while we're gone? We're talking about someone who did something that vicious to Sire before we even saw the message.
There's no way a person like that's ever going to keep their word. Echo, this has to be a trap.
I got no clue who they could be. The only thing we can figure out is that they're an invader trying to nab the baby in the defense room while we're gone.
You just said you thought it was a prank.
Shut up. Things are different now that Siri's been wrecked.
I personally think we should just ignore that message. That'll launch a culprit into slaughter mode, right? Now that's the kind of show I'd pay through the nose to watch.
My sex Gooseman existence will surely be the first to be eliminated. I'm all for the idea, of course. After all, even the tiniest bacteria has more worth than an atomized speck of fractional dust like me.
So if we take a head count, there's 6 of us who want to stay.
Takumi, Takemoto, Doremi, Shoma, and the Tsukumo twins.
If we're going to by majority vote, those who want to remain have already won, right? Seriously, are you all out of your minds?
Nobody's stopping you from going out yourself.
Outside the wall of fire. I dare say that's what the culprit's really aiming for.
Once we manage to isolate someone, the real fun begins.
Gaku starts shaking like a leaf.
Alright, fine. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
In the end, we decided to ignore the message and remain at the academy. Nobody knew how the culprit would react. Just in case, we decided that everyone would move together as a unit during the day as a safety measure. As we did, the sun soon set and night approached. Oh boy. Ding.
You never will then.
Shut up, Egg.
Guess the announcement's supposed to be pre-recorded, huh?
Yeah, Siri told me about them earlier.
Nothing happened in the end. Whoever wrote that message was just bluffing.
Can you make up your mind? Do you want us to take the message seriously or not?
Right now, no. The situation's changed. So I'm going back to my room to hit the sack.
Oh, wow. Did you just willingly trigger your own death flag?
I ain't got time for this. We ain't some freaking game or movie.
But there's no denying that the person who destroyed Siri is still around.
Yes, hiding somewhere in the school.
Or, it's also possible they're hiding somewhere among us. Everyone abruptly stopped what they were doing after Hiroko's statement. We all glanced around, scrutinizing each other nervously.
I see how it is. Safer for all of us to just sleep in our rooms then. Well, at least that room's locked, so we don't have to worry about anyone killing him while we're asleep.
Hiroko's only mentioning it as a possibility.
Or futilely, the culprit could be one of us.
Let's not start suspecting each other. We'd be playing directly into the culprit's hands.
Told you they were just bluffing with that message. Whoever's behind it probably gets a kick out of seeing us run around like headless chickens is all.
Tell that the series mangle remains.
Siri was targeted because he was a machine. Damn it, not you. Damaging metal contraption is completely different from killing a flesh and blood person.
Are you trying to say the culprit won't harm us because we're human?
I'm just guessing, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Anyway, I'm heading back to my room.
Let's see what tomorrow morning brings.
Alright, who's gonna die? Takamaru and Darumi left, followed by Ima and Kako. As long as we're together.
No one can hurt us.
There go the twins. They held hands and left the cafeteria together.
Good night, everyone.
Sorry, my body's so poorly formed it can't fall asleep without a bed. There goes Shoma and Tsubasa. As I watched them leave, it occurred to me they probably already had their suspicions. Kiriko, Gaku, and I were the only ones left in the cafeteria.
This is ridiculous. Why can't everyone see the best way to stay safe is to stick together?
Everyone's already gone, though. Except the three of us. If the two of you are working together, I'd probably be assaulted tonight.
Are you buying us?
Kill Gaku, please.
Of course I'm not. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Right. On the other hand, I'd be the one in hot soup if you two are the ones behind this.
We're not, but I have no way of proving that.
Guess going back to our rooms to rest really is the only thing we can do now.
Indeed, casting aspersions at each other won't help us sleep any better.
Fine, I'll go too, but only because there's no other choice.
Boy. All went back to our rooms. I tossed and turned restlessly on my bed. My eyes were closed, but the sleep kept evading me. Who wrote that message and destroyed Sire? Is the culprit really one of us? No, there's no way. That means the culprit's still hiding somewhere in the school. They couldn't have escaped outside the wall of fire after destroying Sire and writing that message. Hang on. Are we sure the person who wrote the message and the person who destroyed Sire are one and the same? We just automatically assume so, but there's no indication that they are. If it wasn't the same person, then we're actually up against two different people. How do things end up like this? I ruffled my hair violently while curling up on my bed. Midnight was just around the corner. Soon it would be day 5. Well, this already sucks. It's 12:55 a.m. Hasn't even been an hour since the new day began. Oh? Visitor? At this time. Thinking it might be the culprit, I was unnerved, until I realized this would give me a great chance to capture them. Could very well be someone asking for help too. Whoever it was, I had no reason to ignore them. Let's do this. I opened the door cautiously. There's nobody to be seen anywhere. Was it a prank? Or hallucination? Just as I turn around to go back to my room... Great.
Get ready, prepare, be ready to get.
Shut up, Egg. When I next came to, I realized I was on my bed, even though I had lost consciousness outside my room last night. Was that a dream? Was I just half asleep? I touched the back of my neck as those thoughts ran through my mind. A dull, aching pain greeted me. It wasn't a dream. I stepped outside last night and someone jumped on me from above. They'd probably been hiding on the rooftop. They punched or kicked me, I'm not sure which, on the back of my head. Who and why? Was it the person who wrote that message and destroyed Sire? In that case, why am I still alive? And they even went out of their way to move me back to my bed. Just then... The door slammed violently open and Tsubasa ran inside.
Tarumi, it's Gaku. Gaku's...
What happened?
Just go to the classroom on the first floor quickly. The same room we found the message in. I'll go let the others know.
Oh, great. Is Gaku dead? Ran downstairs so quickly I thought I might trip and fall. Getting to the classroom was the only thing on my mind. Soon the classroom came with it in view. I dashed inside and what greeted me was... Wow, that was real fast. Holy crap.
What is this?
I could hear the others entering the classroom behind me.
No!
That was fast.
What the hell?
Mr. Mariko!
Why? Gaku? Hey, Gaku! Cut it out!
Darmy.
This isn't funny at all. Open your eyes, man. Wake up! I said wake up, Gaku!
Darmy kept shaking Gaku's shoulders. He didn't respond, so she started shaking him harder. Hiriko slowly put her arms around Darmy and he gently pulled her away.
Hey, why don't we just use the Revive-O-Matic?
Right! If we move
Too
Gaku to
much
the
blood
infirmary,
gone.
we can.
It won't work. The Revive-O-Matic can only revive a person who only just died. That's what it says in the manual. Can you define just? It doesn't give a specific number, but definitely not 3 hours.
3 hours?
How do you know 3?
You can tell by the dry and discolored blood.
Oh,
It's been at least 3 hours since he was killed. And besides, look at the amount of blood he's lost. You know how the Revive-O-Matic works. You need to have cryptoglobin in your body.
well, Gaku's dead, but we couldn't just give up without doing anything. We moved Gaku's body to the infirmary, put him in a corpse recovery drone, and placed him in the Revive-O-Matic. However, nope. Gaku is immediately dead. Unfortunately, Kako was right. The Revive-O-Matic's analysis monitor was located at the back of the device. We all looked at the information together. Cause of death, hemorrhagic shock. Estimated time of death, day 5, between 1 and 4 a.m. Multiple stab wounds on chest and abdomen. Murder weapon is likely a sharp blade about a foot long. Too much time has passed since death. Insufficient cryptoglobin present in body. Impossible to revive.
Doesn't something seem off to you guys? Why didn't that corpse recovery drone just do its job earlier?
You're right. If the drone had flown over to collect Gaku's body the moment he died, this wouldn't have happened. Upon hearing that, Tsubasa sprang into action. She went to the analysis monitor. After fiddling with the terminal for a while, she took several steps back in shock.
The drone itself is working correctly, but someone has overridden the program that controls it.
What?
The code's too difficult to hack even for me. There's no way we can restore the original programming now. New settings say that the drone doesn't activate if an SDU member dies outside of a defensive battle. You can't be serious.
Who would do such a thing? Do you even need to ask?
It's obviously the same person who killed Gaku.
Silence filled the air, and nobody spoke for a while. Then Takimaru mumbled something.
Shit. It's all my fault. I kept insisting the culprit was bluffing. Gaku wouldn't have died if I believed him.
I don't know about that. The same thing might have happened even if we had all slept together in the cafeteria last night. Or maybe things would have been worse.
What do you mean?
I'll explain later.
Why? A few hours later, we managed to regain our composure somewhat and started cleaning up the classroom. It just didn't seem right to leave all that blood on the floor. We also made sure to thoroughly check for possible clues that might lead us to the murder while we cleaned. Ultimately, we came to the realization that the killer had left nothing behind. No footprints, no bodily fluids, not even a single strand of hair. Once we were done, we decided to take care of the message as well. The message that was the cause of everything. The mere sight of it nauseated me. We angrily and vigorously scrubbed the message with solvents until it disappeared, Tsubasa and Shoma crying as they worked. Before we knew it, the sun had already set and we were surrounded by darkness. Then we started on our next task, transporting Kaku's dead body from the infirmary to the morgue. Well,
Hey, why are we moving this body here?
Shouldn't we be giving him a dignified burial?
The corpse is a silent witness who never lies. Burying it would mean losing valuable clues.
that reminds me, you mentioned that you were trying to become a detective in my previous timeline. And then he must said he was your brilliant, talented assistant or something.
I said that.
Yeah, now do you believe I'm talented traveling back in time?
Oh!
I'm not sure.
That's not particularly convincing evidence. Am I right to assume you're interested in helping out with the investigation, Kako? Yes. Then share your observation with us, great detective. Who is the most likely suspect in your eyes? Wait, we need to figure things out like this out step by step.
She tapped a finger on her temple.
First of all, Tsubasa was the first person to find the body, right?
Yeah, I woke up before the morning announcement, so I went to the classroom on the first floor. I was trying to see if we missed any clues that we could have pointed us to the identity of the person who wrote the message. Then I found Gaku on the floor, like that.
The question is, why did the killer murder him so brutally? He was stabbed multiple times in the chest and abdomen, If killing him had been the objective, they could have simply aimed directly for the heart.
This number of stab wounds usually indicates some sort of powerful personal grudge.
It feels more like anger than a grudge to me. The killer is the same person who wrote the message, right? And they got angry because we didn't follow their instructions.
What if Phil's just trying to make an example out of someone? Thinking they can strike fear in our hearts by killing someone in the most visceral way possible.
I think their objective was even simpler than that.
Huh?
For example, to bleed as much cryptoglobin out as possible so that we couldn't possibly revive Kaku even if we found his body right away. That would mean the killer is very familiar with the Special Defense Unit's members and how our bodies work. In short, there's a very high probability that the killer is one of us. Everyone fell silent at that. But nobody seemed as shaken as they were yesterday, as if they'd already come to this conclusion deep inside. That's why back in the infirmary I said that things would have been worse if we had all slept together in the cafeteria.
Because the killer would have assassinated everyone in their sleep.
Yes, after drugging us with sleep medicine or something.
Huh?
That's unthinkable. It's just not possible. What about Sierra's the killer? The alarm didn't sound. That means nobody has breached the Academy's defenses. Before you bring it up, no, Ado couldn't have done it either. Because... She walked to one of the dead bodies, stood in front of it, and promptly pulled off the sheet that was covering it.
See? He's not breathing and has no pulse.
I mean, that's pretty obvious.
It's literally impossible for Ado to be the killer. Unless he somehow turned into a zombie.
What? Well... about that... Everyone saw what Gaku's estimated time of death on the Revive-O-Matic was.
Yes, I think it was between 1 and 4 a.m. last night.
I'm going to have to ask each and every one of you where you were and what you were doing at that time. Oh god, Takumi. Ema was? I was sleeping in my dear sister's room.
Huh?
Which means only my dear sister and I have valid alibis. The testimony of a sibling is unreliable. Yes, I was expecting you to say that.
Wait, so none of us have proper alibis.
Hang on, nobody's asked Takumi where he's been yet.
Oh, right, what about you, Takumi? I mean, your answer's probably gonna be the same. Telling the truth would make me seem questionable, but if it ever came to light that I lied this time, it definitely looks suspicious then. So I decided to go ahead and tell everyone what happened to me last night around 1 a.m.
Say what? Someone came out of nowhere and knocked you out.
And then you woke up to the sound of the morning announcement in your bed. Yes, more or less. The person who knocked me out had to be the killer.
Why only tell us about this now?
I couldn't find a good time to bring it up.
Really? But so much time has already passed since we found Gaku's body.
Everyone looked at me with suspicion in their eyes, causing my heart to beat faster. I'm telling the truth, please believe me.
So you say, but...
That time traveling thing has got to be just one big fat lie. Yes, you killed Ada for some reason and made up that tall tale in order to justify your actions. No!
That would actually explain why Siri was destroyed too.
Zero was the only one present when Ada was killed. He was the only one who knew the truth.
When Siri tried to blackmail Takumi using that incident, Takumi destroyed him in order to silence him.
Hey!
Why would I do that? And what about the message? I was the first one to propose we stay in the academy. Besides, there's no reason for me to kill Gaku. Absolutely none at all. You're coming apart the seams. Nobody said anything about you killing Mr. Marco. You were looking at me as if you thought I was the killer. Spent hours trying to prove my innocence to the others, but there was nothing convincing I could use to clear my name. All of them were especially unwilling to give me the benefit of the doubt. Nothing, Sister Dearest. Let us fall asleep on the same roof again tonight. Yes, like I said before, it's more dangerous for everyone to be sleeping together. Sleeping with the person you trust the most is the best way to deal with this.
Tagmar, will you please allow this worm to bury in your room tonight?
What are you saying?
You're the person I trust the most. Or are you afraid that I may actually be the killer?
Don't be stupid, you idiot. I'd just kill you right back.
That means I'm staying in Mr. Tierko's rooms at night. You can kill me anytime you please, my mistress.
I'm sorry, but you're on your own.
Why?
You may end up killing me, for all I know. Besides, I've already been reserved by somebody else.
Someone else?
Kiriko's staying with me tonight.
No.
The only option left is Takumi.
Absolutely not. I'm not gonna throw myself into the arms of a serial killer. I have standards on who gets to kill me, you know.
Well.
Everyone retired to their chosen rooms after deciding on sleeping arrangements. Trudged my way back to my own room as well. I just returned to my room when the doorbell rang. In walked... Here we go, Tsubasa. What's the matter?
Just so we're clear, this doesn't mean we trust you or anything.
Huh?
What, you came all that way just to tell me that? Let me finish. We don't trust you, but we see no reason to be completely suspicious of you either, unlike the other 5.
Okay, that's nice to hear, and...
If what you're saying is true, there's going to be an enemy attack in 2 days' time on day 7, right?
According to what I've lived through, yeah.
When that happens, I intend to fight. It's unlikely the other 5 will be willing to follow you.
So you're saying there's a high chance they won't join the fight? Even Takemaru and Darumi, who fought on day 1?
Tsubasa's trying to say she's willing to lend you a hand. I can't just sit back and let you and Hiroko fight the invaders by yourselves. Besides, it's game over for us anyway if we lose. A combat party of 3 isn't going to be strong enough. Which is why I'm thinking of calling in reinforcements.
From where?
You once mentioned a second-to-last defense academy that's being protected by 5 special defense unit members, right?
Oh, I get it. You want to bring them here. It was inevitable that we would one day have to go to the second-to-last defense academy anyway. That academy was attacked on day 10 and Moko was killed. I've been pushing it back to the back of my mind because I thought we still had time. Not that we had any spare time to be thinking about what was going there at all. About going there. It did make sense to go over as soon as possible, so I agreed to Hiroko and Tsubasa's plan. Are you both coming with me?
Of course. Then we set off at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
6?
The campus is quite a distance from here, isn't it?
Yeah.
We should start early then. We also have to ensure we can make it back before the enemy attack on day 7.
That's a good point.
That's all then. We'll be taking our leave now. We'll go tell the others about this.
Thank you. There's just one thing bothering me. Was it really a good idea to leave 5 people behind in an academy with a serial killer on the loose? That said, I really did want to reach the second campus before Moko got killed on day 10. Since we needed reinforcements for the next defensive battle, going there tomorrow was indeed the best option we had. It wouldn't make sense for all of us to go anyway, and leaving just 2 or 3 to protect the school alone wouldn't be any better. In fact, it would be worse, because that'd just make them easier targets for the killer. I conclude that the safest thing to do was to go there with Hiroko and Tsubasa. I hope we can meet the team from the second academy tomorrow. Kyoshika, Moko, Kurara, Yugamu, and Nozomi. The possibility of seeing them again did nothing to loosen the tight knot in my stomach. After all, a friend had just been violently murdered today. I couldn't get the sight of Gaku's mangled body out of my mind. Yeah, he died real quickly. There's also still the chance that we're still being attacked, don't think I've forgotten. By this point in time, we would have been possessed by the Gi, I'm pretty sure. So I'm still suspicious of Takumi. I think Takumi probably did have a good chance of killing Gaku. 6 a.m., I went straight to the entrance hall where Hiroko and Tsubasa were already waiting for me. The question, though, is what attacked us? That's what I want to know. Unless... No. You're a 10-second sight. 10 seconds. A split second of distraction can prove fatal in battle. You will do well to remember that. Yes, ma'am. I mildly respond to Hiroko while looking around. I didn't see anyone else. They're not even gonna see us off, huh?
I mean, they believe you're a serial killer, you know?
Nothing I could do about that. How'd you break the news to them?
I just told them plainly. I said we need to bring in a second team to increase our combat power.
And they didn't criticize you for daring to follow a serial killer there?
They sure did, which is why I asked them nicely they were, or we left the said serial killer behind with them. Suddenly letting just the 3 of us go became the best thing since sliced bread.
Okay.
We can chat later. Let's be on our way.
You all suck. Let's get it moving.
Look over there. That looks like a shortcut.
Let's go check it out. Can I skip? Yippee! Phew, finally arrived.
So this is the place.
Second last defense academy.
As we got closer, I saw her. Nozomi! Nozomi! My pulse started racing. My breathing got heavier. I felt an uncontrollable burning in my chest.
Nozomi was alive. She was alive again and right here in front of me. Without thinking, I almost reached out to touch her, but I fought that impulse and pulled it back. Huh? Who are you guys? Words simply failed me. While I was still busy being incoherent, Nigo and the others showed up as well.
Are you perhaps from Last Fence Academy?
How'd you know that?
Your class armor. Is that something you guys needed?
Yes, actually.
We got a problem. Also, this guy might be a murderer. We told everyone what happened. About Edo, threatening message, serious destruction, all of it. Even about Gaku's murder and me traveling back in time. I also shared everything that happened in the 100 days I'd got on previously through. What greeted me at the end was silence. Nigo had stopped moving and had a dazed, distant look in his eyes. Serious destruction must have been too much for him. None of the others from the Second Academy had anything to say either. They all stood frozen, mouths agape in astonishment.
I see. Thanks for the massive info dump, I guess. I'm still trying to process everything, but I more or less get what you're trying to say.
The long and short of the matter is that the Last Fence Academy is currently in quite a bit of a pickle. Am I right to say that?
Yeah.
Then we have to go there right away. Since this place is just a decoy, there's no need for us to protect it anymore.
The enemy will be attacking the academy tomorrow, right?
Then we must hasten our steps.
And get there by this day. Thank you.
We would greatly appreciate the backup.
Nigo, is the school bus available? Hey, Nigo, can you hear me? Oh, yes, the bus. It's available.
Great, we'll meet in the parking lot after everyone here gets ready. Takumi, Hirakawa, and Tsubasa, you guys go there first. It's at...
Don't worry, I know where it is. I'm packed and ready to go.
Almost the Last Defense Academy!
Except for Nigo, who hasn't moved from his spot at all. As soon as we notice, we stop walking.
Something wrong, Nigo? I cannot go.
What?
I've been ordered to guard Second Last Defense Academy with my life. Therefore, I am unable to abandon it. Order? By who?
Your superior officer? The one who got destroyed?
No, this all came from the higher-ups of the artificial satellite.
No.
Can't you defy them somehow?
We all tried to talk Nigo out of staying, but he refused to abandon his post.
We have no choice but to leave him behind. But... It's already night and we're running out of time. We have to go now.
I will be just fine, everybody. You see, there is no commanding officer at Last Defense Academy right now. So if I open a dialogue with the higher-ups about this, they may reassign me there. Hurry up and do that dialogue thing with your superiors and come over as soon as you can, understand?
We'll be waiting for you over there.
Thank you. Be careful.
And so we had to part ways with Nigo. After exchanging firm handshakes, we boarded the school bus. Decided to let Tsubasa drive as she had the most experience with vehicles, and
All right.
then...
Let's go.
Shore the accelerator and the bus peeled off. We made our way toward our base, Last Defense Academy. Did we tell them that we're a suspect for the murder? Start a conversation.
First of all, I'm grateful that you decided to come with us. Am I also right to assume that you believed what I said?
What you said?
About coming back from the future?
It's too much of a coincidence to be made up.
Yeah.
What is more, you possess knowledge about us that we have revealed to none but ourselves.
We believe you only because it makes sense to, not because we want to.
I believe you, Takumi.
Thank you, everyone. You
Including those two over there?
Not really. Five of them turned to stare at Hirako and Tsubasa.
You don't believe him? Can you not see the pureness in his eyes?
Moko.
His very soul itself.
They kept looking at Hirako and Tsubasa in plain and undisguised disgust. The two eventually caved under the weight of their collective stares.
Fine. I believe him.
What, you do? I guess I should too then.
Seriously, that's all it took? I held back from speaking my thoughts out loud. The reasoning didn't matter as long as they believed me. With this, there was now more people who believed me than those who didn't. Made me feel more at ease after going through those terrible things yesterday. As the bus kept rumbling on, the pleasant swaying sensation made me so drowsy I almost fell asleep. Eventually, the side of the wall of fire slowly came into view through the windshield of the bus. Now, I'm curious, do you think somebody's died here? And if so, the R's are going to feel real stupid if somebody died.
Ah, Mr. Hirako, so you're back safe and sound. Who does your exterior killer will be coming back by himself?
Ugh.
Thank goodness you're both okay.
Hey!
What about me?
by the way, are those guys with you?
Nameless NPCs?
Hello there. My name is Azami Kirifuji.
I'm Moko Mojiro, the apocalyptic main of destruction.
Kyoshika Magadori, at your service.
Bow your heads, peasants. I'm Kurara Usuzuki, the great and powerful.
And I'm Yugamo Omokage, teenage assassin, hopeless romantic, and all-around nice guy.
Neither nameless nor NPCs.
They're totally trying to assert themselves as main characters.
We should introduce ourselves too.
That's alright. We've already heard all about you on the bus.
Oh, it saves us a lot of time. We're waiting for them. Time to play some games where losers get to have their nails ripped off for shits and giggles.
Wow, this sounds like my kind of fun.
I'm not playing.
We have a battle coming up tomorrow. Now that the introductions are over, we should rest up until then.
So you guys are really gonna fight together with us?
You know it.
Huh.
It's the very reason we have come here.
Why would you help us?
Why do you even need to ask? It's because we all have the same ultimate goal in mind.
Ultimate goal?
From here on, we just protect the baby in the fence room until day 100, right?
And the missiles he's been charging up will be launched in all directions. All the invaders will be wiped out, and that'll be the end of the world death.
But right before we shoot off in the escape pod to join back up with the rest of humanity on the artificial satellite.
Also, we have heard from Sir Takumi.
I see no reason to say no.
We make it through these 100 days, and everyone's stories end happily. We're with you all the way. The palpable excitement of the 5 members from the second academy stood in stark contrast to the sullen moods of those from this academy. What's the matter? They're just feeling awkward because they have no intention of joining us for tomorrow's defensive battle.
Whereas you guys will be sent to the battlefield as their substitutes, even though you're new here. Wait, why aren't you joining the fight?
I explained that on the way here. They do not trust Takumi's leadership.
Oh, that whole time-traveling thing?
That's just part of it. Gaku's murder played a bigger part. Right now, they all think Takumi did it. Excuse me, Sir Takumi is a killer? No, of course not. I didn't do it! Sir Takumi has spoken. What is your response?
We already discussed this thing to death.
But there's no proof yet.
Proof of what?
Proof of Takumi's innocence.
Apprehending the real perpetrator is the best way to settle this.
I'll believe you can do it.
Went back to our rooms, blah blah blah. Found myself whispering under my breath. The real perpetrator. That's right, I have to find and catch the real culprit. That was the only way I could regain the trust of those 5 and convince them to help with the battles again. It was also the quickest way. Ima was absolutely right. And there was another good reason. I wanted to avenge Gaku. He'd never be able to rest in peace if I let the perpetrator get away. But how would I figure out who the real culprit was? Unlike Hakugo, I didn't have a detective bone in my body. I had a lot to think about. However, the trip to and from second to last Defense Academy had depleted all my energy. I was swallowed by the darkness of sleep before I could even think about my options. Well, ding.
Get prepared. Be ready to get.
Shut up, Egg.
Okay, so Takemura, Darumi, Shoma, and Kako, and Ima aren't even going to come see us off.
They won't be joining the battle. Why would they show up? I don't know. They can at least cheer for us, right?
Yeah, guys, go fight and risk your lives for us, because we don't want to. Doesn't sound like a very moral-boosting cheer at all. Anyway, when is the enemy going to be showing up?
Anytime now. Remember what I told you in the bus yesterday about the commander's special traits? Yes, so talk to me. I have it all memorized. The alarm sounded immediately. There it is.
You're right!
They're here. Take the lead, Takumi. What? You're a leader, aren't you? Don't you have anything to say to your team before they head into battle? Alright, everyone ready?
Right when you are.
The Holy Jumanji sword is always ready. She ravenously longs to spill the blood of the wicked.
I'm ready. I took a bunch of anti-nausea pills, so I
made this using my own special formula. Efficacy guaranteed.
Loosen up, Tsubasa. You'll be fine. You got the apocalyptic main of destruction looking out for you now.
Thanks. I trust you. Let's all work together out there. Humanity's counting on us. This isn't just for them, but for ourselves too. We fight for our future. Let's go.
stab. Alright. Skip the battle.
We managed to clear out the minions.
Now we shall deal with the commander.
You
Mervram?
mean that person over there?
Oh, right. Veshness.
Wait. Who's that?
On the edge of the battlefield, forging out yada yada yada.
No.
Year goes right, never saw a person or blah blah blah. I had no idea of the word, not commander, blah blah blah. How many times have I seen this over?
Is that the...
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
That's
correct
the commander we faced our first day.
Hey, Mervram. Goodbye, Mervram. You know, I just realized that for Mervram, not only are the lights on him different, but I noticed that the color of, like, the, I don't know, scales, armor on him is, like, brighter than it is on Dalsha.
Little Black Riding Hood over there. Little Black Riding Hood?
Yes.
See that black hood they're wearing?
Thank you, Moko. Who is that? Timeline change.
Hey, Takumi! Stop!
Everyone.
How many
little
times?
Understood.
How many times are we gonna have to witness this? You win. Perfect. Bye, Mervram.
We did it! We took down the commander! What about Little Black Riding Hood?
I looked around. The mysterious figure
Who
disappeared.
the heck was that anyway?
Mayhaps a passerby who was on their way to the convenience store?
Ah, yes, the convenience store in a dead land.
How does a random passerby simply walk onto a highly secured compound like this?
That's what I'm saying. On the way to the convenience store at that.
More importantly, what should we do about the commander? I think he's trying to say something.
Who snapped his neck?
Let me see.
After a quick but surprisingly thorough examination, blah blah blah.
His vocal cords have been
Who
crushed.
snapped his neck?
So,
That's right.
Even if he could, it's not.
that's not true. When he first showed up, he told
I am Mervram. That was what I heard.
he was the one who got. So,
Why are we even discussing this?
Yeah, yeah,
To
yeah.
survive, and for that,
Take him out.
I heard my resolve and not slowly. Blah 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 blah. I don't really even know who I want. I mean, again, at this point, I barely even fight in this game anymore, honestly. Friggin'... No, not you. Here you go, you can have it.
let me do it. Exquisite.
Thank you, Yuriko. Extermination complete. The eight of us who fought in the defense spell held a small victory party in the cafeteria. Discussed us who deserved the crown MVP and who had the coolest looking finishing moves. Everyone talked and laughed presently as we reviewed the battle together. Even though a fellow comrade had been killed just 2 days ago, the adrenaline rush of victory had us in high spirits. Then they showed up. Hello. The 5 members who hadn't taken part in the battle. Hunger pains got the better of your suspicions.
Sorry, but we're not in the business of being losers here. None of you did anything to contribute to this victory.
Hey!
Come on, don't be like that. It's just food. What's the big deal?
We ain't here to poach your food.
The mighty are here for.
Just thought it wouldn't be right to even say thanks, you know?
Thanks. But for what? Thank you for saving the academy. And us.
Yes, thank you.
From above, my worthless heart, thank you.
There's no need to be so formal.
Tuh.
I'd rather hear you say you'll help us out in the next battle.
Those are two different things.
We still think Mr. Sumino stinks to high heaven.
We ain't gonna lift a finger to help until he can prove his innocence.
Yeah, have to show us concrete proof that he wasn't the killer. Your stance hasn't changed since last night, then. Basically, he wants to find the real murderer.
Yes, that is if you can find one, since Takumi very well may be the culprit.
Party ended soon after, and we all went back to our rooms. Found someone waiting for me there. Oh, there's Shion.
Hello. It's been a while.
You? Why? No way, I get it. You have clues to the identity of the real perpetrator who killed Gaku 2 days ago. And you're here to share them with me, right?
Sadly, that's not what I'm here for. I'm aware that one of your friends, Gaku Maruko, was killed by someone. However, I wasn't there when it happened, so I didn't witness the crime. I'm far from omnipresent. While I am able to move instantly to any location I have in mind, I don't have full knowledge of everything that goes on in this academy.
That's too bad. What are you actually here for, then?
To inform you of something. I'll keep it short. I'm not feeling very well right now.
Not feeling well? In what sense?
Right. You can't tell because I'm in this form. Basically, I'm sick.
Really? This is the first time this has happened. How'd this happen?
There's a particular space known as blood space in this world. It's a distinct space filled with cryptoglobin energy. However, a malicious aura from the future has been seeping into a certain part of that space. My true form, the baby, is being badly affected by that aura. You are aware that the baby's body is also filled with cryptoglobin energy, yes? That is why the malicious aura is also encroaching on the baby's body.
I'm sorry. What exactly are you trying to say, though?
Put simply, a source of evil intent from this timeline is invading the baby's body.
Oh, that leaves me more confused than ever. Then what should I do? What can I do to help? Can I bring the baby some medicine? Wait, if a malicious aura is causing this, shouldn't I bring an exorcist then?
The only cure is to solve the case in the future that's causing this.
The case in the future? Not what happened to Gaku 2 days.
I did mention the malicious aura is coming from the future, didn't I? Solving the case that produces that aura is the cure to this disease. When all is settled, the baby's body should...
Make a full recovery?
Yes. This also means I won't be able to show myself to you for a while. That's what I wanted to tell you today.
So, I won't be able to talk to you for a while.
Please, don't look so sad. This isn't goodbye forever.
It's just...
You must solve this future case yourself, Takumi. Then we will be able to see each other again. I'm counting on you.
Bye, Shion! With that, the ghost boy disappeared from sight. A future case.
Hey!
What case, though? Wait, does that mean there's going to be another murder? No, we didn't mention anything about the case being a murder case. I prayed that it would be something completely different. I never wanted to see something like that again. The question is, who attacked us? Days of accumulated stress and fatigue finally got to me, and I ended up sleeping through the morning like a log. When I finally woke up, it was afternoon. In fact, the sun was already sinking into the horizon towards the west. That was the exact moment the shrill sound of sirens blasted all around me.
Intruder,
Oh
defense.
boy. Why not? We just came yesterday. Are you attacking us 2 days in a row? It's only day 8. The next level should have been day 17. Timeline was changing. For some reason, it was starting to spiral completely out of control. Better get over. Oh, Takumi. Now you show up. Everyone else is already here. Sorry, I came as quickly as I could. Everyone is, as in everyone who took part in the battle yesterday, in case you've misunderstood.
The Frightened Five won't be showing up today either, I assume. Are you still helping on that?
We must go out and meet the enemy forces immediately, Sir Takumi. Yeah, of course. Let's do this. Initiate defensive battle. Step. Hey, Pacron. Skip.
Time is money, and they've certainly wasted a lot of mine. I can already feel the nice warm shower waiting for me.
Careful. The battle isn't over yet. Look over there.
Dead. Dead.
I don't know why, I just thought it'd be funny. Paragon of Virtue, background. Oh, hey, Hooded. Hey, Veg.
Is that Little Black Riding Hood?
Why are we calling her
Was
this?
the convenience store closed?
No!
Went there yesterday, found it closed, and they're now on their way back. Is that the story you've written for them?
Thank you.
How far is this store?
Very far.
Ignore Little Black Riding Hood and focus on dealing with Pakron first.
Got it.
The convenience store on this planet sucks ass.
Well, that was surprisingly easy.
The Holy Jumanji.
Holy Jumanji?
The Holy Jumanji sword!
Holy.
We still have to deal.
Dubbed Little Black Riding Hood. Then they pulled their hood back, revealing... Hey, Veg.
The Supreme Commander.
Who?
The one who's leading the invader army.
Beam Commander, blah, blah, blah.
Among my
Yeah, Paragon of Veshness.
No.
But you're so much uglier than I am.
Not
Damn.
the best line to
Damn.
spot in this day.
Damn.
How is it
What
you
was
can
that for,
understand this?
Moko?
Ah, I see.
What?
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
change that took place several days at the same time.
Let's tell you, Char in confusion. Kyoji was the one we
Her
spoke
words
to.
confound me, but should we be able to defeat her, will this war not end immediately?
That's right.
I had intended to stick to the appointed days and well, I suppose picking
Oh no. Stop, guys! They just slowly started walking toward us, getting closer and closer with each ambling step. Before I could do anything...
Hold your horses.
Why are you here now?
Why are you?
I was watching y'all fight from the rooftop. That ignited a spark in me. And before I knew it, I was here.
Without waiting for a reply, talking about her turn to face Veshness.
Hey! You said your name was Veshnas or something? Ain't fair for us all to gang up on you. So how
Talking
about
more, you're a
one-on-one
dumbass.
with me?
Takamaru, that's not a good idea.
He's about to die.
Shut up, marshmallow face.
Oh, you're...
Marshmallow?
No! What? She was just very confused by it.
if you insist.
Well, Takamaru's dead.
You shall be given an express ticket to the River Styx, where I suppose you could apply to serve as a boat rower.
Bye,
Save
Takamaru.
that ticket for yourself, bitch. I hope you packed your bikini. Oh wait, it just fall right off your flat chest, huh?
Takamaru.
It's you or me, Veshnas.
Takamaru, you're a dumbass. For the very next moment... yeah. Immediately leapt in the air, switched her sword to her hand, and angled at the fallen Takamaru as she dropped down. When I opened my eyes, what I saw was the sky. What I felt was a searing pain across my back. I heard a gurgling sound of cryptical gushing out of my body from a wound.
Takumi? Why did you...
Oh, now I remember. My body had moved before my brain did, and it made its way to where Veshness would have landed. I had thrown myself over Takamaru to shield him from the blade she had pointed at him.
Self-sacrificing acts are such mood dampeners.
Hey, you wanna fucking believe me now, asshole?
You motherfucker!
That strike just confirmed my suspicions. Watching paint dry is going to be more fun than fighting you in your current state, like kicking a helpless puppy. What is the point of that? I shall grant you the gift of perhaps... one more thing. I will be taking Pakron.
Yeah.
You absorbed his crypto. Never will I...
Takumi!
Sir Takumi!
Are you okay? Stay with
I have a
us.
hole in my back. What do you think?
Don't worry. I'll be...
Takumi!
Takumi!
I have a fucking hole in my back. What do you think's fine? Day 21! When I came to, Nozomi was right in front of me. It's pitch black, so she didn't seem to notice I was awake.
Nozomi.
called out to her softly. In response, she leapt to her feet with an ear-piercing scream. What? Then she stood there in a daze. I watched the entire scene play out before sitting up. What? Why the scream?
Are you sure you should be doing that?
What do you mean?
Your injuries were so severe, you've been out for 13 days. That means today is... It's day 21. What time is it? It's almost time for the nighttime announcement to play, I think. What a horrible time to wake up. I doubt I can fall back asleep now. That's what you're worried about?
What are you doing here anyway?
Nursing you back to health.
For 13 days?
No, we've been taking turns. It just happened to be my turn today.
I see. Sorry for the trouble.
It's no trouble at all. Wait, I need to go tell everyone you're awake.
Alright. Is she gonna call for everyone here? The room's not nearly big enough for that. Hey guys. Everyone else came running over frantically. Oh, not everyone. Only Takamaru and the 8 who had joined the battle on day 8.
Takumi. Takumi. So Takumi. How are you feeling?
At Tsubasa's question, Yugami marched over and started poking and prodding at various parts of my body. Eventually, he's good. All is well.
Yo, Tommy's back in business!
You deserve a title belt for this.
Nice going. What a relief.
Everyone started loudly expressing how happy they were to see me awake.
We were seriously considering killing you if you didn't wake up for another 3 days.
What? The Revive-O-Matic could have brought you back to life in full health.
But none of us want to be the one to do the deed.
And that's why we waited to see if you would recover by yourself.
Okay, I'm glad that worked out. My lips turned upward into a smile. Where's everyone else?
I told them you'd woken up, but they didn't want to come visit.
Have those people no heart?
Mayhaps they still have the opinion that Takumi is a killer.
They else got killed after that one incident, right? It has to be because the real culprits already found a way outside the wall of fire.
That's one possibility. However, this fact also adds to the case against him.
Nobody got killed when Takumi was unconscious, therefore Takumi is the killer.
Oh.
That's very likely what the others are thinking. I can't believe this.
Shook my head helplessly. Didn't matter. I decided to just put them out of my mind for now. The more important thing is, what happened in the 13 days I was out? Was there any enemy attacks?
Only one on day 15.
The 8 of us fought them off.
Dasha showed up in that battle as well?
But we blew her to Kingdom Come with the Undying Flame Bomb crafted by Lei Tsubasa.
Oh, that's incredible. Being vicious with just the 8 of you. Everyone had a proud smile on their face. Wait, that means Takamaru fought too?
Do you even need to ask? You really thought I'd fold my hands and stay at the sidelines after what you did?
So, are you not suspicious of me anymore?
For now, I believe you. Sorry about before, by the way. And thanks for doing that for me on day 8. You seriously saved my life.
It's fine.
Also, we need to tell you about Nigo.
Huh? What happened to him?
It's most unfortunate. Nigo, he's gone.
What? Why?
We got word, so we went to Last Defense Academy to check on him. But the school had been completely destroyed, and Nigo's remains were lying in the debris.
We recovered a memory chip with an event log that Tsubasa had decrypted for us.
Turns out Nigo self-destructed.
Self-destructed?
He did to create a massive explosion and kill the invaders during an attack.
Oh no.
I have a suspicion. The loss of Sirei, his superior officer, may have played a part in that decision as well.
Nigo was really attached to that Siri guy, after all.
It may have been his plan all along to remain behind and follow him in death.
Nigo's such a nice guy. His loss will be greatly felt.
A heavy suffocating silence filled the air. Though it didn't last long. It was broken by the sound of the usual nighttime announcement. Ding!
You never will then.
Shut up, Egg. And then a few seconds later...
Are you freaking kidding me?
In troop defense mode.
This is some bullshit. I literally just woke up from a coma. They sure know how to pick their timing.
That's exactly why you will be sitting this one out.
I can't just...
Stuff it. We'll be fine hard enough to make up for you.
Stay snug in bed. Convalescent.
No, I'm fine too.
Why are you being so stubborn?
Hey!
Because I'm the leader of the Special Defense Unit.
Ah!
Come on, to the war room. Nearly started running. Wait, talk to me. Oh, for goodness sake.
I'm fighting for people. I'm not sitting this out.
Everyone here? Let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out.
You can't stop me. I will fight.
Wait,
Ava. That's who it is. Oh, wait, we don't have the Tsukumo twins. That's probably gonna cause problems with story, isn't it? I could easily take them out without the Tsukumo twins, but story-wise, the Tsukumo twins are technically the
blood
ones.
and battle been
for-
satisfied, my holy Jumanji sword?
No! I need a lot more than this. Give me more blood.
More.
Huh. I didn't know the holy Jumanji
More
sword
blood.
talked like
More.
that.
They couldn't have only sent those minions.
Here comes the mist.
Oh my!
Smoke? Or maybe...
It's just mist, guys. M-I-S-T.
Why does it feel like you're getting more annoyed every time this cutscene plays? Every single time this cutscene plays, it feels like Nozomi gets more annoyed.
Fine water drop. Wait, I remember this mist.
Hey, Ava.
Yay! The mist is gone. Look over there. Is that?
Yes, that's the commander for this battle.
Here we go.
I just feel bad for Gaku at this point. I mean, Gaku is seriously just gone. Ah, more mess. I can't see. Oh. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I'm really surprised that they didn't have the story say like, "Oh, we need the Tsukumo twins," and then they would come out begrudgingly.
Whew. Victory is ours this time.
That was a tricky enemy.
What are we gonna do with her?
Everyone turned to look.
Please, don't kill me.
Hey, Ava.
My name is Ava, the paragon of nature.
Ava?
I don't know why, but I felt like I'd heard that name before.
Please, spare me. For the love of God.
Ava brought her hand up to the mask. Took it off.
The same as Veshnas.
She looks just like a human.
No need to pay her appearance any mind.
Wait.
Because she is to be executed.
No.
No. Spare me. Please. Please don't kill me. I'll be useful. I can give you lots of intel. I'll give
Wait.
you anything. Just please, spare me.
I just realized there might actually be a problem with
So
sparing
the lady
her.
insists. Any thoughts?
A dramatic bluff if I have ever seen one. Any intel she provides is bound to be full of fabrications. No, I would never. I only speak the truth.
I think we should kill her too.
What?
Surely you understand why we would hesitate to trust the words of the enemy.
You'll say something sweet to suck up to us, and then turn around and betray us the first chance you get.
You're all being so awful. Why won't anyone believe me?
Ava kept pleading with us, her face filled with a woeful expression. Hiyoko glanced at her scornfully before speaking up again.
Takumi, you're the leader, so you decide.
Everyone turned to look at me, waiting for my reply. At that moment, I suddenly felt extra eyes on me. I traced the source of the sensation to the rooftop, where I could see the other four members, Darmi, Shoma, Ima, and Kako. Killing Ava now would make them even more wary of me. After all, their suspicions were rooted in the fact that I had killed Eito. If I did the same thing now, that would undoubtedly cement the image of me as a heartless killer in their minds. I wanted to avoid giving them that impression. No, to be honest, even if those four hadn't been watching me,
Please.
I could never kill someone so earnestly pleading for her life. It just wasn't right. I felt shamed for even allowing myself to consider deciding the fate of another person through calculating what would benefit me the most. So I looked into the eyes of everyone present and said,
Let Ava live. We'll imprison her here and interrogate her later.
You gotta be shitting me.
You truly believe that to be the best path?
Yes.
I think you will regret this.
maybe I will.
I won't. Because I'll hold myself fully responsible for making it work.
Very well. Our leader has spoken.
Thank you. Mr. Leader, your name is Takumi, if I remember correctly. I can't thank you enough for this. From the bottom of my heart.
Ava was choking on her words and bawling her eyes out. The next instant, intense pain spread through my back. Forcing myself to join the battle when I hadn't fully healed had reopened the wound. Sharp pain shot my spine. Ah! Ow. A hazy veil hung over my mind, blocking me from making out what others around me were saying. I slowly slipped into sweet, silent serenity. I'm dead. Num num num. I'm dead.
Get prepared. Be ready.
Shut up, Egg. I just realized we skipped another 3 days. Hi. This time she noticed right away I was awake and... Ah! Why do you keep screaming? Then she just stood there in a daze. Why do you keep screaming? Why are you so surprised? Isn't this exact same thing happened before?
But you were out for 13 days last time. It's only been a little more than 2 days this time. Can you blame me?
That means today is...
Day 24.
What time? Well, I guess I don't need to ask. The morning announcement just played. Zomi nodded.
Are you feeling better?
I'm fine.
Stop putting on the act, okay? Remember what happened during the last offensive battle?
I do. As long as I don't force myself to fight like that day, I'll be fine, see?
Really?
Yeah. Despite my confident reply, Nozomi still seemed unconvinced. By the way, what happened to Ava after I passed out?
Well, she refused to tell us anything.
What? But she promised to give us intel if we spared her life.
I reminded her about that promise as well, but then she said, I'm not going to tell you anything because the offer to share the intel was made to Takumi, your team leader, not you. And that's why she refused to say anything until you go to talk to her, I guess.
Damn it, what's she trying to pull? Okay, oh boy. Zoe and I headed to the cafeteria together, where the other 7 who had fought the battle 3 days ago were gathered. When they saw me, there was a lot of shouting, squealing, cheering, and happy noises that congratulated me on my recovery. Although I felt a little more subdued than their reactions 3 days ago. Then again, I did wake up from a 13-day coma that time. Still, the celebration went on for quite a while. I had my first meal, liquids only for now, in a long time while being surrounded by their warm and welcoming voices. Alright, let's go see Ava. Went back in my room for a break. Now then, really no question. I have to find out who Gaku's real killer is. I don't believe the real killer was one of us. That meant I had to find a way to prove that the killer was someone from outside the school. If I could prove my innocence, I could regain the trust of the 4 holdouts. Then they would join the future battles. Guess I should start investigating. Time to pay everyone a visit. Alright. Maybe this is the detective route. I don't know. Well, you know what? Actually, yeah. I think there's 3 routes remaining, and I know one of them's called SF, so I don't know what that means. But I wouldn't be surprised if one of the routes is like a detective route. Tsubasa, I get it, but what are you doing here talking about her?
Because she said she found something cool, duh.
What is it?
There was a box of junk inside this garage. I rummaged through it and found this.
What is that?
It's a voice changer. See that patch thing on the tip of the cable? Stick it to your throat and you can use it to freely change your voice to anything you like. You can make it higher, lower, or smooth as butter. Also, if you have sample voice recording that's long enough, you can make yourself talk with that voice too. Isn't it cool?
That's terrifying. Please destroy it now. Sure, but what's it even doing here?
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Maybe whoever used this place last left behind.
Who would that be?
How the heck would I know?
What are you doing here, Takumi?
Oh, right. I told him why I was there.
Best getting Gaku's murder, huh?
I think you're looking in the wrong place. We don't have anything new to share.
We were all fast asleep in our rooms when he died. We couldn't have possibly seen or heard anything or anyone suspicious.
Any personal guesses? Like, do you know if anyone had a grudge against Gaku? They turned and looked at each other.
Takumi,
Are you thinking one of us is the killer?
No, that's not it.
I already told you. Culver is an outsider who's already escaped outside the wall of fire after killing Gaku.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I don't want to be suspicious of anyone anymore. Ain't gonna make that mistake again.
He's probably referring to the time when he suspected I was the killer. Okay, thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. After saying that, I turn to leave. Alright. What about these two? Maybe it's somebody from the other academy. Kara and Kyoshika, what are you two doing here?
So, this is where this Gaku person was killed.
It was weighing on our minds, so we came.
Everyone here is such a dimwit that it's highly likely they missed a vital piece of evidence or two.
Oh, so you're here for the same reason I am.
Are you investigating the case as well, Sir Takumi?
Yeah, do you want to help me out since you're already here? I want to re-examine the scene of the crime. We searched the room together, but found nothing of note.
Did you investigate the place immediately after the murder took place?
Yeah, before we cleaned Gaku's blood off the floor, but we didn't find any clues that would bring us closer to the identity of the killer then either.
How about the murder weapon?
Despite our best efforts, we haven't found it yet. It's not in his classroom or anywhere else on school grounds.
What about the threatening note scribbled on the digital blackboard?
Was it erased?
Yeah, it was making us uneasy, so...
That was a stupid thing to do.
Well, I already know who did it. It was a Hiroko.
We could have used the handwriting to pinpoint the killer.
They weren't wrong. By the way, there's something I need to ask you. I asked them what they were doing between the night of day 4 and the morning of day 5.
Wait, are you suspicious of us?
Not really, it's just...
I was sleeping in my room at second to last Defense Academy, of course.
As was I. In my own room, that is. I cannot believe we're on the list on your list of suspects. Look at me. I am the very epitome of innocence. Hey, what's with that look?
I mean, have you seen yourself?
More like the epitome of I've got something to hide.
You're talking about my mask, right? Are you telling me to take it off? No, absolutely not. This mask stays on no matter what. Anyway.
Right before she finished her sentence. Uh-oh. Bye-bye. Thank you, Kyoshika. She held the mask up high before throwing it into the ceiling catwalk. Uh-oh.
My mask is gone.
Kara kept looking around in a panic. It didn't seem like she noticed Kyoshika had thrown the mask away. It didn't really matter. What did matter was her exposed face. Kurara.
What?
Oh no, I was just thinking how you look the same in the art timeline too.
I look different. This is the face I was born with. I know what you're trying to say. This face is too cute to be natural, right? I swear I never did anything to it. Who cares about that? Where's my mask? I feel naked without it. Don't look at me.
I believe I just saw Takemaru taking a mask somewhere.
Bona, give me my mask back, Takemaru.
Kyoshika?
Her actions are as adorable as her looks. We ought to let her run around like that for a while.
Why did you... What? Now in the classroom, what? What just happened? Okay. Have fun. We'll save her for last. Let's see what these two have to say. Hello, coroner and murderer. Kiriko and Yugamu, what are you guys doing here? Nothing questionable. I just always feel common next to dead bodies. That is extremely questionable if you ask me.
I do not know why, but I just found myself wanting to come here.
Do normal people find themselves wanting to come to a morgue?
It's a lot less questionable than coming to the morgue to feel calmer next to dead bodies.
Even I can agree with that. Yugamu put his hand over his mouth and giggled.
What about you?
I told him I was investigating Gaku's murder case. I see. So you're here to re-examine the corpse.
I doubt there's anything new to discover.
Yeah, but it wouldn't hurt. With that, I started investigating Gaku's body again. Didn't make any new discoveries, just like Hiroko said.
What was the cause of death? Hemorrhagic shock.
How about the murder weapon?
A foot-long blade. The shape of the wound seemed to indicate a kitchen knife of some sort.
Have you found the knife?
Not yet.
Wait a minute, why is Yugamu suddenly acting all detective-like? I'm just curious. Don't mind me. Let me see. You already told us that the estimated time of death when we were at second to last Defense Academy.
Yes, between 1 and 4 a.m. on day 5. Before you ask, I was sleeping in my room at that time.
What about you, Yugamu? What? What were you doing between the night of day 4 and the morning of day 5? Is that relevant to the case? I'm just trying to cover all the bases, please.
Needless to say, I was in my room at second to last Defense Academy during that period of time. Or perhaps I should say I was in dreamland, for I was sleeping like the dead. Right. Why do you ask? Guys,
Are you hesitating to say it out loud? Then I will do so on your behalf, because you are an assassin, Yugamo.
yes, that's certainly a reason to be suspicious. However, I am much chagrined. I do not revel in meaningless murder. Indiscriminate killing goes against my personal code.
There's always a possibility that Gaku was someone special to you.
Impossible. I've never met this Gaku when he was alive. Of course, I have no evidence to back that statement up. All I can do is plead for you to believe my words. I trust you. I didn't hesitate to answer because I'd seen Yugamo and Gaku's relationship in the previous timeline. There was just no way they had met each other before this. His statement about not killing meaninglessly was quite possibly true as well. In the previous timeline, Yugamo never killed any of his allies and never showed any indication that he wanted to. No trust in me is heartening. He smiled a little as he said that. Well, I guess I'm done here then. Thanks for listening to me. After thinking them, I turned around and left. Moko and Nozomi. Hello. Hey guys, what are you doing here?
Listening to the calming sound of running water.
And trying to make ourselves as comfortable as possible.
Comfortable, huh? What about you? Oh, actually. Told him I was investigating.
Well, that's got nothing to do with us then, right? That Mariko kid was killed here between 1 and 4 a.m. on day 5. Both of us were at number 2 that day. Oh, just in case, number 2 has been second to last Defense Academy. Whole thing is too long to keep repeating, so I shortened it.
We've also taken to calling this place number 1. Although its official name is Last Defense Academy, shortening it to last sounds strange, so we just settled on number 1 instead.
Got it. Thanks for explaining.
Hey, are you suspecting us?
Of course not. Actually, it's not completely impossible for one of us from number 2 to have done it.
What?
Any of us could have used the school bus to travel to and from here overnight.
Oh, now that you mention it. Bedtime is at 11 p.m. Someone could have set off at midnight after everyone else had fallen asleep. If they pushed the bus to its limits, it would have taken about 3 hours to get here.
Having their time of arrival at around 3 a.m. If they only took 30 minutes to finish the job, they could have left number 1 by 3:30 a.m.
And returned to number 2 at around 6:30 a.m. Just before the morning announcement at 7 a.m.
Also, someone from number 2 coming here wouldn't have triggered the wall of fire's intruder alert.
That's true. Yeah, it could be somebody from number 2. Wait. And you're telling me this as members of number 2 yourselves?
Oh, sorry for shooting my mouth off like that. It's just, you know, the incident doesn't quite feel as real to me because I've never met the victim.
Just in case, I asked them what they were doing between 11 p.m. on day 4 and 7 a.m. on day 5. And as I suspected, their answers were the same.
I was sleeping like a log in my room.
Me too.
Alright, fair enough. Next up, the non-believers. The haters. What are you guys doing here? My question, 4 of them tensed up and looked at each other. Nothing in particular.
You're just bored, that's all.
There's a lot of things we can use to relieve our boredom here.
After hearing the reply, I informed them that I was investigating Gaku's murder case. They were taken aback.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Gaku was killed in the early morning on day 5.
Almost 20 days have passed since then.
I know, because you guys said you wouldn't trust me until I sniffed out the real culprit, remember?
Does that mean you're suspicious of us?
I didn't say that. It's actually much better if I can prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt that we're all innocent. The more people we confirm are innocent, the sooner we can prove that the killer had never been one of us to begin with, right?
I see your point, but I'm afraid that will be difficult to accomplish.
Why?
Nobody from Group 1 has a verifiable alibi. Oh, Group 1 as in original members of the LDA Special Defense Unit. Whereas Group 2...
Refers to the 5 members of Second to Last Defense Academy. Wait, Sister Dewis, but you and I have ironclad alibis.
Because we are sleeping together in the same room, that doesn't hold any water from an objective point of view. It's just as Hiroko said.
Testimony of a sibling doesn't count.
Yes, Mamma Mia, you're distrustful of us too.
Oh, said that. You're jumping the gun here.
What if we looked at possible motives?
Motives?
Like, is there anyone among you who had something against Gaku?
Takumi, are you really expecting someone to say yes to a question like that?
Besides, as Mr. Gonzaki mentioned just now, Mr. Marco was killed in the early morning on day 5. At that point, we'd only known each other for 4 days. Hardly enough time to develop a grudge against deep enough to stab someone that many times over.
And that's the truth.
Yeah, I guess so. That's why I believe there's no point trying to solve this case by looking at motives. That murder was carried out by a lunatic. That's the only way for it to make any sense.
Which means the prime suspect would be...
The craziest lunatic of us all, the man, the myth, the meme himself, Takumi.
Hey!
Why me?
Because you killed Miss Atsuki so easily, just like that.
And without any proof. How many times do I have to explain? He betrays us in our future, and that's why...
Would you say that to the police?
Would that even hold up in a court of law?
Yeah, would Hemo Anima hold up in a court of law? I killed him to stop him from carrying out a crime in the future.
Does that sound like a good defense to you?
Ah, yes. Am I allowed to love my sister, Mr. Ema? Yeah, sure. I want to fucking hear it from you, gamer. You!
Takumi, you've regained consciousness.
Yeah, the battling you was what caused me to faint in the first place.
Sorry about that.
You're actually apologizing to me.
Why wouldn't I? You saved my life.
I heard you were really standoffish to the others.
That wasn't my intention. I merely said I wouldn't be sharing any information if Takumi wasn't here.
It's pointless asking Ava for information about Gaku's murder, so I asked her information about the enemy instead. I'm here now. Tell me everything useful you know.
Useful?
Yeah, like enemy HQ, blah blah blah. Ava's face suddenly clouded over.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling a little unwell.
Feigning illness now. Give me a break.
I'm not feigning, it's true.
That wasn't what you promised. I came here alone like you asked, okay?
Alone?
Does it look like there's anyone else with me?
No, that's not what I was wondering about. It's just, I never asked you to come alone. All I said was I would talk once Takumi was here.
What do you mean?
Whatever it is, I do not think I'm able to talk. Please leave me for now.
It was clearly feigning illness, but there was nothing I could do to make her talk. The prison cell was locked. I won't be able to go inside without the key, and it's not like I could force her to spit out information I wanted even if I could.
Hey!
This is ridiculous. Kirsten kicked a pebble as I left the courtyard. Well, that was pointless. Finished talking with everyone. Sadly, I didn't manage to unearth anything new. Well, there was one oddity. While nobody in number 1 had an alibi, they didn't have a motive either. Nothing changed about this. The 5 new members from number 2, I realized any one of them could have been a culprit. They could have taken the school bus to and from number 1 and number 2 overnight. They could also enter without triggering the alarm. All this investigation has done is throw more names into the suspect list. The murder weapon is still missing, and the killer left no trace of it at the scene of the crime. In short, there are 0 clues to go on. How do I even continue the investigation like this? I sighed and collapsed in the bed. I slowly took over.
You never will then.
Shut up, Egg. Well, let me slowly overtaken. It's in that silence I found myself heading to a certain place, the courtyard, where Ava was being held. I went closer to her cage and stopped just in front of her.
Takumi, is something wrong? You look very tired.
I'm not. You're just imagining things.
Well then, why are you here? When Sho was bringing me food, he told me about Gaku. He also shared a lot of other things with me. I'm aware of your current predicament. You mustn't lie to yourself, Takumi.
What?
The truth is, you think the killer is among the 12 of you, right?
No, I don't.
Please, you can be honest with me. I won't tell anyone. I'm the only one you can remove as the suspect because I only arrived here 3 days ago. It's literally impossible for me to have killed Gaku. If I had managed to slip out in somehow without triggering the alarm, I wouldn't have stopped at Gaku. In short, I'm the only one in the school that you can trust right now. You've come here because deep inside you know that too. Am I wrong?
You may be right. The words spilled out of my mouth before I could stop myself. I couldn't even be sure if I'd meant what I said.
You and I are the same, Takumi. I don't trust my allies either. Especially not Vashnis.
Why's that?
That battle 3 days ago, she was supposed to send reinforcements for me. But they never came. She's using me as bait.
Bait.
She nodded and continued talking. She should have seen me being caught from where she was located. But she didn't do anything, because that was her plan all along. Wait a minute. I thought Vecious was dead. That is what everyone seems to believe. But is it really true? I am of the opinion she is still alive somewhere out there. Takumi, here's the straight truth. There's a bomb inside my body. The detonator is on a joint on my left-hand pinky finger. Moving it in a particular motion triggers an explosion. Anyone standing within a 25-yard radius at that time will be blown to smithereens. Please relax. I don't intend on going through with it. If I did, I would have done it a long time ago. Anyway, Vecious ordered me to do this. If you get caught, blow yourself up in front of everyone in Special Defense Unit. I was not to humiliate myself by becoming a prisoner of war. But you didn't do that. My orders were to detonate in front of everyone. I was to blow up every single member of the Special Defense Unit. I didn't detonate the bomb when you apprehended me because the other 4 members were on the rooftop. I get it now. That's why you wouldn't offer any intel until I came. But you came alone, which defeated the purpose of the request. You were all supposed to come together. That was Vecious's plan, huh? Yes, to allow you to capture me before detonating, taking out everyone in one fell swoop. That's why she didn't send reinforcements. Eva clenched her jaw and lowered her head, her eyes brimming with tears. Okay, I understand the situation better now, but why are you sharing this top-secret plan with me? I wasn't lying when I said I was feeling unwell this afternoon. It was bothering me that much. I had to choose between lying to you and eventually killing everyone here or telling you the truth and joining your side. The weight of that decision made me feel so ill. But in the end, you decided to side with me. Yes, because I could never betray someone who saved my life. One more thing. Your eyes. When I look into them, I sense something familiar. Something familiar? Solitude. It dwells within you. Those lonely eyes are what drew my heart to you. Her words weighed down heavily on me. I felt like something I was trying desperately to keep hitting had been forcibly exposed. Yet instead of panicking, I felt a strange sense of relief deep inside. I may have been unknowingly putting a barrier between myself and the others because of my suspicions. It truly felt like Eva was the only one I could open up to, because she was the only one I could say with absolute certainty didn't kill Gaku. By the way, aren't you going to ask me about our army? Nah, I'm not in the mood for that right now. Probably wouldn't remember anything anyway. Then may I ask for a favor? Go on. Please, return my mask to me. Your mask? The mask I was wearing on the battlefield. My people highly value our masks. We consider them as a part of us. Without it, I feel exposed. Fine. Your mask, right? Yes, thank you so much. Okay, I can get your mask. After leaving Eva, I went back to my room. I had mixed feelings about our conversation. A chaotic mixture of slight relief, intense guilt, and great confusion.
Hey!
With a loud cry, I jumped into bed and resigned myself to a sleepless night. I'm still waiting for someone to die.
Get prepared. Be ready to go.
Shut up, Egg. Walked out of my room straight into Tsubasa.
Morning, Takumi. Having your breakfast?
Yeah. Hey, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Do you know what happened to Ava's mask?
Ava's mask?
Yeah, the thing she was wearing on the battlefield before she revealed her true face.
Oh, that. It's being kept somewhere in the garage.
Great, thanks. I'll go grab it later. Immediately after saying that... What? The door of the stairwell flung open and Kyoshka came charging over. She quickly ran over to us with a strained look on her face and said, Something disturbing has been discovered in the classroom on the first floor. Something...
disturbing?
You must come immediately. Everyone is already on their way. Oh, great. This is not going to help us. Who's dead? Oh, for fuck's sake. What? No way. Oh, this is also a different handwriting, by the way. This is Darmy. I swear to God.
Again.
It's a repeat of day 4. Somebody had to use red spray paint to write something on the digital blackboard again. The only difference was the content of the text. This time it said, let's play a killing game. Darmy, I know this is you. Who found it first?
It was I. Upon discovering this foul scene, I immediately set off to inform everyone of it.
What were you doing here in the first place?
Yes, well, I'd wish to retrieve Lady Karawa's mask before breakfast.
It had been left on the ceiling catwalk since you flung it there yesterday?
Kyoshka, you shall pay for this later.
Kara was already wearing her mask. She must have retrieved before the rest of us came running in.
Who would write something like this?
Isn't it obvious? It's the same bastard who wrote the last threat, the same one who killed Gaku.
Are you sure? The handwriting seems a little different.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Leave my dear sister's sharp perception pierces through everything.
So someone else wrote this.
It was definitely Darmy. Wait, could it be Ava?
No, I don't think that's possible. When I delivered breakfast to her just now, her cage was properly locked.
Who has the key?
I do. It's the only copy in existence. Also, there's a special IC chip embedded inside that makes it impossible to duplicate.
What?
Been thinking about the author layer.
I'm more curious about what the killing game is supposed to refer to.
Which part of killing game is hard to understand? It's a game where you kill or be killed. It still doesn't make sense. Who plays? Where are the rules? Where? How? When? Why?
Suddenly Shoma raised his voice.
Everybody, look, there's something on the teacher's desk.
This looks like a tape recorder?
Guess we should listen. The eerie sounding voice came out of the recorder.
The game has officially begun. Like the blackboard says, let's all play a killing game together. The name of this game is The Invader Hunt.
I'm not taking part in this. The match has continued. Anyone willing to participate should gather in the leisure lounge at 7 p.m. All who refuse to join the game will be eliminated, that is all. I ain't listening. I ain't buying this shit. Silence prevailed. We could have heard a pin drop. We were all frowning, although nobody said anything. Let us know it hadn't been a prank. Siri was destroyed and Gaku was murdered. This one is a prank. This note could have been written by the same person. His last words especially kept echoing loudly in my mind. All who refuse to join the game will be eliminated.
By the way, Kako, you mentioned something about the handwriting of this message being different from last time. Maybe the culprit deliberately changed it. We should keep that possibility in mind.
You shouldn't be jumping to conclusions about two different culprits when the MO is the same.
So Kaku's murder is on the move again?
Basically, this could be from the same person who killed Gaku. I ain't doing this. If so, we might be able to find their true identity by joining the game. But that option came with major risks. The monster who destroyed Siri and Star Gaku was behind it after all. Join the game despite the risk, or try to keep everyone as safe as possible. We had until 7 p.m. to decide what to do, but it didn't seem prudent to delay our decision until the last minute. Had to stay united, all of us. For that to happen, I clearly had to express my opinion on the matter first as team leader. But what was our best option? Should we join the game, or I'm ignoring it? I am not doing this shit. We are ignoring it. I know it's Darmy. There's no shot it's not Darmy. It's about as obvious gets. I'm not doing this. Fuck off. Go away. I ain't doing the killing game.
Guys, here's what I think. I'm not going to join this invader hunt thing.
Right, of course not.
A rational decision.
Hope you can all follow my lead in this.
I know I will.
There's nothing to be afraid of if we all reject it together.
Hey, don't say everyone just yet. Wait, you mean you're joining? Of course! I'll never get a chance to live out my fantasies like this again. Besides, the name Invader Hunt makes the game sound like it's going to be an absolute blast.
I'm with Talk Me on this one.
You'll find me playing that game over my dead body. This Invader Hunt is just the culprit trying to trick us into believing it'll be fun. But it's clearly stated on the blackboard that this is a killing game. The recording said as much too.
I'll follow Talk Me's lead as well. It's against my artistic principles to kill for entertainment.
This message don't make sense anyway. The sponsor said that those not in the game will be eliminated, but we'd still get eliminated sooner or later if we did join.
Don't be stupid. Nobody else died if we win, right? Right? Darmy, are you listening to yourself? Huh? You're taking this I love killing game persona a little too far, aren't you? I'm not. I'm just saying what I really think.
Darmy's pigtail swayed. She vigorously shook her head in denial, but there was definitely some uncertainty in her eyes. What about you, Hiroko? You haven't said anything yet.
Either choice is fine with me.
What do you mean?
I'm not interested in the game at all. I am, however, interested in finding out the sponsor's identity. They'll make their move eventually, whether we join the silly game or not.
That's when we'll swoop in and bring that sicko down, right?
That's more or less what I was thinking. And we have an answer. Yeah, we're not gonna join the invader hunt. Dharma, you don't mind, do you?
I do mind, but it's not like I can play Killing Game by myself. Ah. Fine. Fine, I'll go with the majority.
After that, we decided to stay together until the stipulated time. We didn't know what might happen, and there was always the possibility the sponsor was actually one of us. Staying together meant we could prevent the sponsor from trying anything. They didn't tell anyone about that second reason, though. They all seemed convinced the sponsor was an outsider from who had infiltrated the school. Well, they were acting like they thought that anyway. The sky turned dark as we whiled our time away. Finally, it was 7 p.m., the time mentioned on the voice recorder. That was when I threw the doors to the leisure lounge open. Not because I wanted to join the game, of course. I was there to declare as team leader that none of us would be joining. Everyone else stood outside just in case. Turning around, I could see the artist trying to peer in through the door, which was slightly ajar. There's nobody inside the room, not even a faint presence. After looking around, I lifted my head to the ceiling and shouted, "Hey! Are you there? Can you see me? I'm here to tell you none of us will be joining your stupid invader hunt." No response at all? Have it your way. That's all I wanted to say. Have a bad night. After that cold farewell, I turned around and stepped out of the leisure lounge. Well, that worked.
Oh boy, you really said it. And after the sponsor said they'd kill us all if we refused to play the game. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Will we be okay? Gaku got killed the last time we did this.
But that killer fled and went outside the wall of fire, right?
That's likely, yeah. That's why the sponsor of this game probably isn't one of us. Who even said this morning that the handwriting was different this time? I can't be completely sure because they used spray paint.
If the sponsor wasn't the one who killed Gaku, there's also the possibility this entire thing was just a prank.
So we need not be unnecessarily shaken.
That's if the sponsor wasn't the killer. The truth of the matter remains to be seen.
Everybody fell momentarily silent after that.
Question, what's the plan for tonight?
Plan?
I was leaving arrangements. Where shall we all spend the night?
I'm definitely sleeping in my dear sister's room.
I'll stay with Takimaru.
No way.
What?
You don't trust Takumi, even after he saved my life. You and me are through, man.
But the Sukuna twins aside, why don't we sleep in our own rooms like normal? Just lock the door and you'll be fine.
I agree. There are 13 people here. Making everyone asleep in pairs would leave one person out. Alright, but why not put that person in one of the other pairs? We should avoid having 3 people in a room. It's too risky. Risky? Why? Not again. Our team's already discussed this to death. And now I have to repeat myself.
Spider can play. Hiroko carefully explained to those from the art academy why we decided having 3 people, blah blah blah. That does make sense.
We should all go back to our rooms then. Oh, you just triggered the mother of all death flags. And you don't even know it. Well, anything to spice things up around here.
I still choose to believe this is Darmy, just trying to get things interesting. That aside, we all returned to our rooms. Even insisted on sleeping in Kako's room, but nobody protested. I don't care if this gets somebody else killed and it gets everyone to distrust us. I'm not playing the killing game. I've played too many killing games.
Be ready to get.
Shut up, Egg! Only to find everyone else was already there.
1, 2, 3, 9. Oh my, how did I count 14 souls?
Because you're terrible at math. There's only 13 people here.
You see, nothing bad happened. So it's just a prank after all? But by who? And for what purpose?
If you're asking me, I think the most likely suspect is.
Yeah, no shit.
Wait a minute. You're accusing me of being the game's sponsor?
I don't think so. Darmy doesn't have the guts to pull something like that off.
Yeah, you underestimate me. I mean, I have guts, but I've still got my brain needs. They're small and overpowered, but they're there all the same.
For the love of murder. Hey, can't we just be happy that nothing happened?
Please excuse me for exposing you to my foul-smelling dumpster breath, but why don't we all have breakfast together?
We all had off to do our own thing for leaving nothing happened. As for me, I went back. Visitor came knocking, opened to find Tsubasa. Tsubasa!
Huh?
Something happened.
I asked about Ava's mask is here, remember? I brought it here for you.
Oh, thanks. Sorry for the trouble. Took the mask from her.
What are you gonna do with it? I was thinking of returning it to Ava. What, you trust her now? Not really, it's just...
Oh, I know. You fell in love with her.
What? Of course not! Tsubasa narrowed her eyes and I felt my palms get sweaty.
Never mind, it's none of my business. Everyone's free to love who they want.
I told you that's not it!
But since we're talking about the mask, I looked it over out of curiosity. I found something pretty interesting. That mask isn't an ordinary accessory. It actually comes installed with a bunch of high-tech features. Infrared night vision, zoom functions, organic light detection. There's even a miniature air tank inside that allows it to turn into a gas mask. Using the air tank, the wearer can survive completely shut off from the outside world for as long as 30 minutes.
That's amazing. It almost sounds like it'd be a waste to give it back to Ava.
I won't be able to use it, Takumi. It's custom made to fit a specific shape. Ava's the only one who can wear it.
Guess I might as well give it back after all. Even with the best technology in the world, she can't possibly harm any of us from inside the cage, right? Tsubasa thought about it for a while before nodding in agreement.
By the way, when's she gonna give us more information about the enemy? She had promised to be useful if we spared her life. I actually think it'd be best if we could get her to join us as an ally.
An ally?
Yeah, so that she can fight defensive battles along with us. We need some kind of safety measure before allowing her to cut loose, of course. Like a collar with a bomb, maybe. That should put everyone at ease, right? If she tries to run or do anything funny, all we have to do to stop her is press a button to activate the bomb.
Bulb lit up in my mind as Tsubasa was speaking. Tsubasa, let's say that there was already a self-destruction device in Ava's body. Would it be possible for someone else to activate it?
Depends on how the bomb was built. If the detonation mechanism was designed to be triggered remotely, then...
Huh. In that case, your plan might actually work. The detonator is on a joint on my left-hand pinky finger. Moving it in a particular motion triggers an explosion.
Wait, you're being serious? You weren't just speaking hypothetical.
Do you think that's something you can do?
You want me to create a detonation device for the bomb inside her?
Yes, once it's done, we'll have the perfect safety measure.
And then we can allow Ava to join us, huh? Alright, I'll give it a shot.
Awesome, I'm counting on you. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think this might be worse than what Siri does. I'm not sure. At least when Siri does it, she's blissfully unaware of the truth. Now she's going to have to willingly kill all the fight against her own allies. She's gonna have no choice but to fight. I went to look for Hiroko to get the key from her. The key that would open Ava's cage. I walked into the corridor with her mask in hand.
Takumi.
Here you go, as promised.
That's my mask.
Sure is. Here you go. After handing Ava's mask to her, I closed the door and locked it again.
Thank you, Takumi. I don't know what to say.
No need, just give me my promise. Well, I'll be seeing you. Turn around, giving my casual wave as I walked away. This is gonna be mean. Back in my room, but now what? There's nothing for me to do here. May as well walk around school. Hey, free time. I assume I can't hang out with the distrustful. Nope, I don't. Well, I see Wait. I see Darmi. I see Kako. I see Shoma. Where's Ima? Oh, there you are. Oh, I sweep. Oh, I sweep. Sweet sweep. Bum 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 brum.
You never will then.
Shut up, Egg. Went to bed after an uneventful day. No, it only seemed uneventful. Something may have been brewing behind the scenes without me noticing, since I had no way of ascertaining. Oh god. What's about to happen? Who's about to die? Who's about to have a bomb exploded in them?
Get ready. Prepare. Be ready to.
Shut up, Egg. What's about to happen? And oh no. Hiroko, Tsubasa, and Takuma were out on the roof already.
What's that Shoma just now? Yeah, I came running out when I heard it.
I was already here when she came out. The scream came from back to the building.
Sure.
Trust me, I got a dog's hearing.
Okay, let's go. Who's dead? Who's dead? It's... What? What? How did you die? What?
But we heard your scream!
Shoma!
I rushed over to check his pulse and breathing.
Nothing. He's dead.
No way!
But by this time, the other team members had come running as well. It was Nozomi, Moko, Kyoshika, Yugamu, and Kurara. They gasped and their eyes went wide when they saw Shoma's body.
Shoma! Impossible! What is this?
Is he breathing?
Nope.
No, unfortunately.
Get your act together. It's too early to give up.
Hiriko, look at the blood!
We just heard him screaming. He can't have been dead longer than 10 minutes.
Right. We can use the Revive-O-Matic to bring him back.
There's no shot.
Yes, but
The hell?
Sir Ima, Lady Kako, and Lady Darumi have not shown up yet.
Where are they?
You're right.
Maybe they woke up early.
Even
I swear to
so,
God, if they're
They
dead.
should have heard the scream.
This isn't the time.
Yeah, I'll carry him there on my back.
I'll come with you. The rest of you can.
Got it.
Oh God, what's going on? Shoma on his back. Tamura put Shoma on his back and immediately ran off to the infirmary with Tsubasa. Since the person who attacked Shoma could still be lurking nearby, we split into teams for safety. Partnered up with Hiriko. What's happening? Made our way there as soon as we could, but there was nobody else inside. Ima, Kako, Darumi, anybody there? No response. Looks like they're not here. Yes, let's try somewhere else. But we got there. What was that sound? Hey, I can't open the door. It's locked. Peered through the small opening in the slightly ajar door. There's a latch. Somebody locked from the door from the inside. Hiriko and I looked at each other nervously, neither daring to breathe. We're gonna have to break that door down. Right, on 3. 1, 2, 3! One more time. 1, 2, 3! Door refused to budge, even after we threw ourselves against it numerous times. Soon the noise we were making started attracting the others to the gym. We need some help here, guys! What we were trying to do was so obvious that we didn't have to explain. Everyone nodded, took a couple steps back, prepared to charge. Go! Latch broke apart with a crack sound. We all tumbled into the gym together. Lying on the floor was... She's fucking dead.
This is
Unbelievable.
Ran to Kaku and put a finger on her neck. There was no pulse. She was deathly cold. Hiriko came from behind me and started examining Kako's body. When she had finished, she turned to look at the others and silently shook her head.
But it's okay. She couldn't have been dead
She's
for too
cold.
long, like Shoma. Then we should take her to the infirmary now.
Yeah.
Nozomi ran over to Kako and lifted her up. As she did, something fell off Kako's right hand. What's this? A medicine bottle? By the time I noticed it, Nozomi had already run out of the gym carrying Kako's body. The rest of us started to leave. Hiriko suddenly spoke up. Wait, Yugamu. You go with Nozomi. Moko, Kyoshika, Kurara. Continue looking for Ima and Darumi. And Takumi, you stay here. What? Why? Just do as I say for now. I'll explain later. Alright. Let's be off at once. Why? Don't tell me. Why only me? There's only one exit here, and it was latched shut. Turned to look at the exit. Lying on the floor nearby was a mop that had been broken into 3 pieces. The mop handle had been used as a makeshift latch. It would have been impossible for someone to latch a door like that from outside, which means this incident happened in a locked room. So it's a locked room mystery. Now, it looks like they tried to make it look like Kako was committing suicide because look at the poison bottle. Obviously, the obvious conclusion you would come to would be she just drank poison. Assuming this is true, there are 2 possibilities I can think of. Can you guess what they are? He answered hesitatingly. The first possibility is that, as much as I hate to say it, Kaku killed herself, right?
Oh.
Yes. Look at the bottle that dropped from her hand. What does that label say? TTX. It's an abbreviation for tetrodotoxin. It's extremely poisonous. Swallowing just 1 or 2 milligrams is fatal. Are you saying Kaku drank this? I don't know, but we'll have time to think about that later. The other possibility is a more pressing one. Because if Kaku didn't take the poison herself, it didn't take me long to make the connection. The killer's still hiding somewhere in the gym. Yes, if there is a killer, that is. That's why I told you to stay behind. Alright, let's look around. Despite leaving no stone unturned, we didn't find anyone hiding anywhere. It's a locked room mystery. This makes it a lot clearer that Kaku took her own life. Does it, though? Shoma was found sliced up at the back of the building around the same time. And where's the other 2? Don't you find it strange that somebody killed him while Kaku killed herself?
That's what I want to know. How is it that he died? No, there's something strange about that if Kako had been the one to kill Shoma. After stabbing him to death, she ran to the gym, blocked the door with the mop paddle, and ingested the poison to kill herself. Decided to state my opinion objectively, even though I really didn't want to say those words out loud. Maybe, but that wouldn't make sense if Kako died before Shoma. She was cold. Remember how Kako felt when you touched her body? Yeah, she'd already gone completely cold. I noticed it too. It's probably been several hours since she died. So Kako killed herself sometime last night, and then somebody killed Shoma sometime this morning? Or Kako was also murdered. That's a possibility as well. How is that possible when the door was latched from the inside? Wait, there's something more important here. If Kako had already been dead for hours... Yes, I'm afraid it's already too late for her. No. What about Shoma, though? Tsubasa, Nozomi, and Yugamo were in the infirmary when Hiriko and I arrived. No hope for Shoma? He lost too much blood. They were standing around with grave looks on their face. How are Shoma and Kako?
Well, Miyashiro successfully revived Shoma.
Oh, Shoma's alive! What? That's great. Yes, what a relief. But he's still unconscious.
His physical body's been restored to full health, but it seems he hasn't recovered mentally from the attack yet.
Where is he?
Sleeping in his room. Takemaru's taking care of him.
And what about Kako?
We did put her body in the Revive-O-Matic, but...
Alas. Hiroko and I went behind the Revive-O-Matic to look at the monitor. What was read on the screen made our hearts sink. Cause of death: respiratory paralysis-induced asphyxiation. The estimated time of death, day 27, between 1 and 4 a.m. Traces of TTX poison detected in body. Oral intake of the TTX presumed to have led to respiratory paralysis-induced asphyxiation. No external injuries were found in body. Too much time has passed since death. Impossible to revive. Where is the other two, though? Where's Darmi and Ima? Oh, there's Darmi. You're safe. Where were you all this time?
In the rec room, playing slots.
You were doing what?
You can't blame me! I overslept this morning and didn't see anyone in the cafeteria. I just assumed everybody was off doing their own thing. Yoshika and I found her in the rec room and dragged her here. We thought I told her about Shoma and Kako.
So we didn't know if they had been successfully revived, so here we are. Where's Ima, though?
Did it go well?
Just then, another two people barged into the room noisily. Oh, fuck. Mr. Suzuki told me what happened. I fell asleep in my dear sister's room last night, but when I woke up, she was nowhere to be found. I've been looking around for her ever since.
I saw him running around the hallways like a headless chicken and brought him here.
Where's my dear sister? What has happened to her? Explain the situation. The news hit that Kaku can no longer be revived hit everyone like a ton of bricks. Tears start. Uh-oh. Darmi also shed no tears. She had a vacant look on her face as she stared absently into space. As if for Ima, oh dear.
No.
Oh, no.
No, dear sister. My dear sister. No!
With an anguished cry, the distraught Ima lost control of all reason and started lashing out. We managed to wrestle him to the ground and pin his limbs down, even as he struggled violently.
Wait here while I go grab the gamma feel.
The what?
What's that? A powerful anesthetic.
Oh.
We have some in the biolab.
Thanks, Yugamu. Came back a while later with the gamma fuel, which he then injected into Ima. Bye-bye. The drug caused Ima to weaken and slump over. Yugamu observed him closely.
All is fine now. He's unlikely to wake up before tomorrow morning.
Put him in the cage, please. We moved the unconscious Ima to his room and assigned Moko to watch over him. That works too. Moko is as good a guard as anything. After that, we took Kako's body to the morgue. Well, there goes our detective. There were now 3 bodies lying on tables in the morgue. Kako's body was the smallest. I kept staring at her. When I closed my eyes, I could still see her innocent smile. Huh, this is weird. How... This doesn't... So, okay. The timeline of death is definitely that... The timeline of deaths is Gaku died first a couple days ago. Oh. Or quite a while ago. Then, and we had... Kanko had to have died before Ima. Because of how cold her body was. There's no way her body would have been that cold. Plus, we heard Ima scream. It can't be Takumi. Takumi came out of his room
I know I mentioned before that the gi could be at fault here. Okay, regarding that, I actually have an idea here. I think that that Takumi might not be infected with the gi at this point anymore. It's true that he would have been infected by the gi at this point, I think. Like, I think that happens like on like day 3 or something. But remember what happened the day before Gaku died? Remember when Takumi got knocked out? I wonder if that was actually... Remember how we said that Takumi likely got an injection to get rid of the corrupting gi data outside of his body in the comedy timeline? I think the same thing happened here. I think the injection... I think that was why Takumi got knocked out. I think they were injected with the thing that got rid of the corrupting gi data. And again, it wouldn't make sense for Takumi to be the one... At the very least, he definitely didn't do anything to Shoma. That's for damn sure. Because it wouldn't make sense. I mean, Takumi was there. There's 4 obvious people who are innocent here at the moment. Takumi, Tsubasa, Takimaru, and Hiroko. Those 4 were all up at the roof when they heard Ima scream. Those 4 have to be innocent. So the question is, who does that leave behind? Right? In terms of who that leaves behind, that leaves Darumi, Ima, Nozomi, Kurara, Kyoshika, Yugamu, and Moko. But why would anybody kill... But why would any of them kill Shoma? Actually, I can think of maybe one reason why they might want to kill Shoma. It's a stretch, but it's the closest thing I've got to a motive right now, which is Ava. Everyone probably knows at this point that Shoma takes care of Ava. What if someone didn't like that? Someone was really against the idea and decided to kill Shoma so that they could have an easier time. I'd say it'd be important to right now take care of Ava. I couldn't believe the girl I thought of like my own little sister was now gone. An indescribable ache spread through my chest at that thought. Unable to stand the pain, I forced myself to look away. Well, this is a shitty situation. Hey, Ava. We went to the courtyard to check the cages. Ava's still inside hers, the door securely locked. Hiroko and I went to tell the others what we learned from the investigating the gym. The improvised latch, the bottle of poison, and how there had been no one else inside. While we were talking, the sun had set and the darkness of night was slowly taking over. It was already evening. Since nobody was in the mood for a meal, we gathered in the leisure lounge instead of the cafeteria. So Takimaru, were you not supposed to be attending to Sir Shoma?
Gamin took over. Shoma's still out cold, but he's physically fine now.
I just don't understand why Kaku would kill herself.
As I've already explained, we don't know for sure that it was suicide. We haven't found a suicide note, not in the gym, on her clothes, or in her room yet.
But the gym door was latched shut from the inside.
So that begs the question, is there a way to get into the gym that doesn't involve using the front door? Is there some sort of secret to the gym that we don't know of? If there is, then that solves the locked room mystery, meaning anyone could have killed her. It would also mean they would have to know the layout of the school. Regarding Kako's murder, nobody has an alibi. Nobody has a clear-cut alibi at the moment regarding Kako's murder, regarding Kako's death.
And you didn't find anyone else in there, correct? Yes, but I find it hard to accept Kako had killed herself when Shoma was clearly killed by someone else.
Oh.
Why would she even do such a thing? I won't be fully convinced until a clear reason surfaces.
I think she was murdered too, by that sponsor who was trying to get us to join the bear hunt. He did warn us this would happen. We all heard what that recording said, remember? All who refuse to join the game will be eliminated.
All refuse. That means the rest of us are targets too.
Telling us that sponsor wants to kill us all?
The first threatening message said something about everyone dying too.
Sure did. The first and second threats. We assumed they were written by different people because of the handwriting. I'm starting to think it was the same person after all. We went against the first note. We ignored their demand to leave the academy and chose to stay behind instead. That gave the culprit an idea. I'll hold a killing game and force those guys to murder each other. But when we went against the second request as well, they decided they were going to have it to do it themselves. And by it, you mean killing us. Yep, it all makes sense when you think of it this way, doesn't it?
That would mean the perpetrators already murdered 4 people. 4? Sagaku, Lady Kako, Sirei, and Shoma. Though so Shoma was lucky enough to escape the jaws of death. So we're up against a ruthless serial killer here.
Can't just let someone butcher our friends and then get away scot-free.
But how do we find them?
Haven't I mentioned this before? The killer may very well be one of us. Ah, boy. Not everyone is a suspect, though. It would have been impossible for Takumi, Tsubasa, Takamaro, or me to have done this.
How can you be so sure? Oh, that's right. The 4 of us met each other on the rooftop this morning immediately after hearing Shoma scream.
Yep, as I thought.
He was stabbed at the back of the building. Even if we could teleport, there's no way we could have appeared on the rooftop right after slicing him up that badly. He wasn't thrown down from the rooftop after being stabbed either. His body hadn't taken any fall damage.
Just a moment. What if all 4 of you were working together? Yes, it would definitely seem possible from your point of view. That would also mean one in 3 of our team are killers. I don't think the STU would be worth much then.
I like reasoning isn't strong enough to prove your innocence.
Anyway, what were the rest of you doing at that time? I remember those who came with us were Nozomi, Kyoshika, and Kurata. Moko and Yugamu came too, though they aren't here right now. Where did you guys come from? I ran from the entrance hall. I simply found myself in the group as I was heading to the back of the building. How did you know to go there?
Well, I heard Shoma scream, but I chose to wait in my room first before making a move. Then I overheard you guys talking outside. You said something about the scream coming from the back of the building, remember? So I followed you to the scene of the crime.
Nozomi and Darumi said the same thing, but I couldn't tell if they were telling the truth. Whatever the case, there was no denying the perpetrator could have joined up with the group halfway through without anyone realizing. Your suspicions of his place, especially when there's a much likelier suspect to cast aspersions on.
Yeah, someone who didn't even show up at the crime scene. Huh? Wait, you mean me?
You were totally trying to get us all to join that stupid killing game.
So when we refused to cave after the second threat, you decided to... It wasn't me! I had nothing to do with that threat. I overslept, that's all.
We all showed Darumi's deeply suspicious looks. Her dismay and bewilderment were palpable. Beads of sweat rolled down her face, making her makeup run. Hey, can I say something? I think it's counterproductive for us to be doubting each other like this. How are we going to handle future battles if we can't even stay united? Let's calm down and think about things rationally. Under normal circumstances, the probability of the killer or being an outsider is a lot higher than the alternative. But would an outsider be able to slip in without triggering the alarm? Well, that's...
You was Ava?
Impossible. We checked her cage just now, remember? She was still inside the game. She was still inside and the gate was properly locked. Not only that, I have the key right here. This is the only key and it can't be duplicated, as Hiroko said. Also, I unlocked my room my door last night, so nobody could have stolen the key from me while I was asleep. What if you were working with her? I can debunk that theory. Takumi has been with me since morning. Even if he had let Ava out of her cage last night to stab Shoma, he couldn't have locked it back up this morning without my knowledge. You need the key to lock the cage just as much as you need it to unlock it.
That means it's one of us.
No, it can't be. There has to be a way for someone to come in without triggering the alarm.
There's always a possibility that nobody slipped in at all.
What are you saying?
I'm saying the killer could have already been hiding in the academy before the first team was dispatched here.
That's true. If they were already here, then they wouldn't have triggered the alarm at all.
So that person's still hiding somewhere in the school right now?
All of a sudden, Tsubasa raised her voice. I know. I can make an organic life detection device. Organic life?
Detection device?
Put simply, it's a machine that detects the number of large living organisms on school grounds. It won't be advanced enough to pinpoint their exact locations, but having a precise number should tell us if there's really an outsider hiding here. You can make something like that.
I found a similar function while investigating Ava's mask 2 days ago. I took the opportunity to study it thoroughly. So yes, I can make something like that in 7 days, maybe? 7 days. Until then, let's stop being suspicious of each other like Nozomi suggested. We'll assume that the killer is an outsider until proven wrong. What do you guys say? Everyone nodded in agreement. The moment I saw that, the worlds around me started to spin. What is this? That was the last thought in my mind before it shut down completely. What happened? What happened?
Get ready, prepare, be ready to get...
What happened? This is a familiar sight to now.
She knows I was awake and... Stop screaming! Scholar of... Why? Nozomi! What is happening? What day is it today?
Day 39.
Huh? I faint on day 27, so I've been out for 11 days.
Yes, we're almost out of emergency feeding drips. Why did I lose consciousness? I didn't get stabbed on day 27, and my old wound didn't reopen. Regarded me with a somber look on her face as I mumbled to myself. Then she gave me the diagnosis. We think you have the fainting disease.
This school has the dumbest diseases. Fish headitis, super smart ass syndrome, clam headitis, fucking fainting disease. This fucking school sucks. This school fucking sucks.
Huh?
Fainting disease,
also known as psychogenic pseudocynope. A disease that causes you to suddenly lose consciousness after being exposed to strong psychological stress or shock or stress. Like your mind just blows out.
I have a disease like that.
Yes, after what happened to Shoma and Kako on day 27. Your mind suffered a heavy blow, and even though you somehow made it to the nighttime okay, the moment you felt like you could relax, your mind completely shut down, just like that. How could you tell I had this disease? This is the third time you fainted out of the blue, right? And it always takes you a long time to regain consciousness. This didn't seem like normal behavior, so we decided to scan your brain using the Revivomax diagnosis function. Why can I not say diagnosis? I don't remember contracting any disease like that. This is what the machine's analysis said. Traces of treatment found on damaged parts of the brain. Fainting disease likely developed as an after effect. Treatment on damaged parts of my brain?
Oh. Because of the gi.
I don't know what exactly happened. At any rate, the damage isn't life-threatening and it doesn't affect your cognitive functions or your judgment. So that part's nothing to worry about, at least. Easy for you to say. This means I could faint again if something stressful happens, right? Yes, but I'm sure it'll be alright. As long as we make sure nothing too stressful happens again.
So has anything changed?
Changed?
Like, have you guys learned anything about the killer while I was out?
No, we haven't made any progress in that area. The unknown killer remains at large, and we don't have a single clue to follow. Nobody's been attacked since then, so we're still alive, at least.
What about Shoma and Ima?
Shoma's regained consciousness already, but he said he doesn't remember who stabbed him. You can ask him about yourself later.
And Ima?
He's barricaded himself in his room and hasn't said much to us. Just a word to when we deliver food to him. Needless to say, he didn't fight in the defense battle that happened on day 33. Ima, Shoma, and Darmi saw out the battle as usual.
Are those three still suspicious of me?
Yes, they seem to think you're the most likely suspect, but even if you weren't the one, it had to be someone from the SCU. That's what those three believe.
Well, that's fantastic. Somi and I head to the cafeteria together, where everyone except Ima, Shoma, and Darmi were gathered. When they saw me, they said things like, "You're awake," or "Thank goodness." Everyone was quietly rejoicing about seeing me on my feet again. The reactions were a lot more subdued than before. I could hardly blame them. This is the third time I'd woken up after losing consciousness for several days. At least that was what I thought. It turned out they had another reason to be despondent. The dark, gloomy aura that hung over the group indicated there was something more at play here. What happened? I finished breakfast and returned to my room. Soon after, Tsubasa came knocking.
You saw how dejected everyone seemed just now, right? Wanna know why?
Sure. Yeah. What's this?
The organic life detection device.
Oh, right, you finished it.
5 days ago, yeah. And now I wish I hadn't.
Why not?
Because this is the reason everyone's jumping at shadows.
Yep.
13. Yep, this whole number of life forms in this academy. That's all of us, including Ava.
Which means there are no outsiders in the school, and the culprit really is one of us.
Yeah, that's what everyone believes now, except for me and Nozomi, that is.
You two still think it was an outsider that did it?
I don't know, but the killer could have fled outside after stabbing Shoma, right?
The possibility of that happening seemed low to me, but I forced myself not to voice those doubts.
Anyway, that's why everyone's so down.
Basically, it's because they're all suspicious of one another.
This isn't going to end well.
Without trust, we won't be able to put up a united front during the next defensive battle. Can't you do something, Takumi? I'll do what I can to help as well. Just tell me what you need. Oh, I just remembered. I finished that other thing you asked me to make a while ago, too.
What thing?
You know, the remote detonator that'll trigger the bomb in Ava's body? I managed to complete it after carefully investigating her body. With her consent, of course.
Oh, hey. Thanks. This puts me at ease. I'll probably add Ava to the team starting from the next battle.
Yeah, that should help out our combat power. I promise getting the others to trust her. Oh well, I've done my part. The rest is up to you.
Left the room. How should I do this? Killer could have fled outside this after stabbing Shoma? To be honest, I don't think he did, but I had no concrete proof, but everything that happened so far felt like part of a larger scheme that someone was orchestrating. The first message is a red herring. The first message has nothing to do with this, because we know the truth of it. Hiroko mentioned in another route that the truth behind that message, the first message, is that she wrote it down. She wrote it down to try and convince people to get outside or something, so that the future could change. So we know why that message exists, but that doesn't explain anything else that happens otherwise. At the very least, I was convinced the culprit wasn't going to stop at Shoma's stabbing. In that case, excluding myself, the killer must be one of the other 12 students at this academy. No, wait. Shoma was a victim. If Hiroko, Tsubasa, Takamawa, and Eva were also innocent, that leaves just 7 suspects. Darumi, Nozomi, Kyoshika, Yugamu, Moko, Ima, and Kurata. So... Ima's a wild card. Because here's the thing. I feel like Ima might have stabbed... I can believe maybe that Ima stabbed Shoma. But on a condition. Ima stabbed Shoma only if Ima believes that Shoma killed Kako. It's possible that Ima may have been pretending to, like, first see all that stuff. But in reality, maybe he's the one who killed, who tried to kill Shoma. Then again, what doesn't add up in that case is the type of stabbing. It was but that would imply he is also the same one who stabbed Gaku, because the kind of stabs found on his body were the same. I never willingly choose to treat any of my friends as suspects, but as it turns out, I don't have a choice right now. I won't gain everyone's trust until I identify the real culprit. And if I don't have their trust, the SDU will fall apart and everyone will be annihilated by the invaders. The only way to prevent that from happening is to reveal the identity of the killer.
You must solve this future case yourself, Takumi.
That was what the boy with the undying flame said. He must have known something like this would happen. At any rate, that was the only way of resolving all of this that I could think of. Have to find the culprit no matter what. Alright, we're going to go ahead and end it here for today. I got a couple things I got to get done now. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and hope to see you all later. Peace.